here. I see you guys. Uh,
We need a quorum to meet?
Yes,
We don't, might not have a quorum.
we do. Barely.
Yeah, 50%. Cause that's not even quorum, you'd have to have four to have quorum.
No, 5. It's a 5-person
I
committee.
thought it was.
It's fine, we only need 3.
Yeah, we only need
Oh,
3.
good then, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, cause I wanted to make sure we had quorum before we actually did this. Andrew McLean sent his regrets along with Colin Trail. They have prior obligations, so they couldn't be here today. Are you there, Andrew?
I'm here.
Okay.
Videos. Do you think I could go through my video settings? It says failed to start the video camera. Please select another video camera in settings. But down at the bottom of my Zoom workplace, would it be down there by that camera?
It's probably something you have to fix
Oh,
on your.
I think it-
computer.
Probably.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, we can hear you, we don't have to see you, so.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay, no.
We're learning Gemini now.
Okay,
never-
well,
Have you guys used Chrome Gemini?
No,
No,
never even heard of it.
Just another platform.
I never used.
All right, we'll call the Public Safety Committee, meeting to order for October 15, 2025 at 1 P.M. Get a motion to approve the agenda, please.
Bob Powell, Armando.
Andrew Ferris, Nashwauk.
Any conflict of interest, guys?
Oh, no.
Okay, so we got on the discussion tonight. Today is the overview of the meeting with the Minister of Public Safety we had there in Maryland. So I guess we'll get the highs and lows. It was a good meeting, but I kind of got long in the tooth after a while. It just got repetitive. Same thing over and over and over again.
I totally agree.
And when Mayor Sharp wanted to have the police car to drive around Gagetown, I said, that's enough for me.
But it was well attended
Yeah,
and people were interested and that they were really good.
and they did a good
The
job.
minister did a good job and I thought his sidekick was.
Yeah, they had the minister, the deputy minister, and there was another minister. Who was he?
This year.
Anyway, and then we had three RCMP officers there, and actually the officers, like the white shirt guys. So, and
Yeah.
a lot of mayors and a lot of councillors, so it's certainly well attended. Obviously, people were interested.
Yeah.
Fredericton's chief of police was there.
That's right too.
Yeah,
And the Maryland's fire chief was there.
Yes, that's right. He saw a lot of them.
Stephen Hart from Fredericton, the CEO was there.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, yep.
And
Our CEO wasn't there.
our acting police chief was there.
Okay.
He's it's Mike Berry. He's the next he's the next city policeman.
Okay.
He was a detective and then they moved him out. And when the new chief committee brought in his friends, so
That tends to happen.
So anyways,
Policing service.
he ended up being the deputy police chief in Orlando, and now he's filling in while we get a new one.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Any chance to become chief or
No,
no?
but he I used to play ball with him, so I know him really well. So-
Okay, yeah. So.
Okay. What I kind of took out of it was a really good turnout, a lot of positivity. Since 4 years ago when I first started, with the lack of policing around, I still don't see a whole lot of police presence, but I know they're out here doing what they can do. I'm hearing that the RCMP didn't fill all those positions that they were going to fill. Did you guys hear about those positions? Remember they were going to do a big hiring?
yeah,
They're going to hire a whole bunch.
Yeah, they did that. They got 20 new officers for the this region.
It's supposed to be what, I thought it was 50 some for the province,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
we've got our new one in Ormont, we got a new one, and I think they got one in Mac back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if what they're assigned to, but all the officers out our way now, I don't know any of them. The only guy I talked to was Dave somebody.
Yeah.
He's been around, but I haven't seen the other guys, like even the guys we met at the UMB.
Is it Dave Penny?
Dave Penny,
Yeah.
yeah. I met him.
I guess it was public safety anyways. I was surprised they didn't have it. Did they have any of their officers there?
RCMP,
No, public safety.
public safety? That's a good question.
I don't
I
recall.
didn't,
I don't recall seeing anybody there.
Not in uniform.
yeah,
anyway.
and if they did, they never broadcasted it.
Never-
Yeah, yeah. I was yeah, no, it was information. You can tell it's a little different with the liberals and the conservatives. I hope they don't stop what the blues were going for. What did you guys feel about that? I know Chris Austin came in with a boom because he had switched parties and became a minister, and he had a lot of good ideas. I know this was just a question and answer to them to take to more questions, but yeah, I just thought it was a little different than the other ones. Kind of laid back more.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, it seemed more relaxed and more laid back
Mm.
and Chris was there, it seemed like he was just laying the law down instead of.
Yeah.
Listening to us, he was laying his law at us.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference.
It seems to be leaning towards another NBHP. I wonder if that's gonna happen or not. Like public safety may become the NB highway patrol like we had back in, when was that, back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Well, they should, if you drive on the highways now, holy smoke, it's being
Yeah,
outrageous.
I'm not sure of all the responsibilities.
Well, you gotta, like I said, you got a high paid, well-trained position setting the police car with the RCMP. When it could be done probably for, a lot less money by public safety, so.
On that, it was interesting to see that they had other methods to deal with crime, like the scam unit. At Safer Communities and Neighborhoods, like 41 officers are dedicated to that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Was that the province?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is a good system, I think, that they have in place. So we've been working on promoting it here at the commission, like the Safer Communities and Neighborhoods. We send out that link, and it's also gonna be in our newsletter, just to keep bringing it forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because they would be they wouldn't be they would be broken up through the province.
Yeah,
like,
there's
you know,
41
here,
across the province,
yeah,
so.
they'd be-
I also kind of flagged that for perhaps something when we get into scheduling for next year. Maybe it might be a good group to hear from.
Yeah, so it'd be real, because we'd like to know more about that.
Exactly, and perhaps we could even cast the net widely on that. For counselors or whoever, that way people can, or mayors and their councils can have the public attend even.
Yeah.
And so the people know how to get in contact with them, get this done,
Oh, exactly, yeah, like,
if they're open to it,
So I never heard of it until
right?
we went to St. John, actually, first I heard scans.
They used it in St. Stephen at the shelter.
Well, the big thing is, I think they don't need as much evidence to get a warrant,
Exactly.
as the regular police do.
And they don't have another day job to take care of while they're focusing on that, right?
Right.
oh, that's, yeah.
What was the talk about this green light? Are they talking about green light for the fire departments or?
Yeah,
fences or what?
that's what they were talking about. I didn't know that. I know it's dangerous to be out there on the highway, but I didn't realize, like, that they were having problems.
Yeah, people just don't slow down.
Well, even when someone's on the side of the road and you're supposed to pull in the other lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people won't even do it, I mean,
They don't even, doesn't even register.
it blows me away. But there's so much people breaking the laws, the driving laws. But if they get stopped and get a ticket, they lose their minds. Why don't you pick on real criminals, not like, we're taxpaying people and everything, we're just still picking the law.
Speeding's not a crime.
Right.
Yeah, they don't get that.
No, traffic violations people don't seem to think it's that big a deal.
No.
Blowing
Well-
through bus stops and stuff like that. That's just ridiculous
Exactly.
nowadays. Like, how does that even happen? Like,
And red lights, it's,
Don't register.
every time I come.
let's go ahead. Sorry.
Well, every morning I come up, when I have to come up the highway, there's a lady in a white SUV who just mowed her. She must go 140 kilometers an hour, passes everything, and it's every morning. I seen her this morning.
I wonder where she's going.
So I don't know, but she's coming to Fredericton somewhere, but she's always seemed to be in a hurry, and I thought, oh,
Every
it's
time I talked to one of your officers and had him sitting there at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I keep thinking to write down the license plate, but when you're driving, get a pen and the paper.
Yeah,
I'd be pulled over saying,
But I say to get the one, if it's consistent, they'll catch her, get them to quit.
yeah, because
It happens every morning.
and it's every morning with this white SUV.
She's probably running late for work,
Yeah,
get up a little early.
it could be a problem too, is how fast our communities are growing. That there's so much going on that they just can't keep up with all of it. Like yesterday, I was coming from St. Mary's coming to Peniac, and I had someone on a four-wheeler follow me all the way to Marysville from Devon, right on the main road. So
really.
it's just so much going on for them, I think.
Well, I mean, the police are overwhelmed. I mean,
Yeah, Yeah.
city and the RCMP, there's so much going on.
yeah, so much. But I don't have anything to report to a bad out here. We have one of those bikers, but I think they already are watching those guys. They're
Right.
closer to Marysville than out here. They're on the backside of Peniac on the old highway. But I think they keep an eye on those guys, and I don't want any fentanyl in my community. And if I knew that there was something like that going on, I'd let them know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I've
we,
asked around, and no one's really had many complaints. So
we don't have a whole lot of crime. We have, like speeding and everything like that, and then the little misdemeanors with teenagers and stuff and foolishness, but when we do have crime, they're always from outside. There are people coming in.
yeah,
And then they used to go in cycles. Once we listen, if they're in Gary, people breaking into Gary. And
Yeah,
then we know,
Tracy.
then they'll go to Burton, and then we know they're coming to Armonk.
They're on the way.
Yeah, and when we hear in Hanwell and all that stuff, they're coming in Maryland.
At a good point, Hannibal, they
Yeah.
had a lot
Knock
of.
on wood, see,
At the industrial park, so that was bad there for a while. We're breaking in constantly, seeing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, equipment, the catalytic converters were a big thing. Just equipment in general, it was fenced, they just got the fence like, if the pair of those electric cutters, why all you do is quit.
Well, we still get there's two gangs out in Gary, they're cutting copper wires.
Oh, yeah.
And they all must be in jail now because it's quiet, because
Oh.
they were in jail over the winter, and then they get out and.
Well, it's a nice warm spot for winter, but.
they just move around out there. They cut our copper here about 2 weeks ago. We were out for about 3 days.
You're a kid.
Yeah, for about this is the third time in probably a year. Same area too. They hit.
Well,
More of
they
a
caught-
convenience, right?
Yeah. And then, they caught two groups, there's two different groups, and they live in Gary, and they caught them. And then they went to jail, and they got out, they cut the wire as soon as they got out, and they went to jail again. And then the third time they got out, cause they're only there for 3 months and they're out. And then, so neighbors it was, during the heat season, and you're not supposed to burn. They
Yeah,
could smell smoke.
yeah.
So he looked over, and the guy walked through the woods and looked, and he said there was 4 of them around there, and they were burning wire. So he called the cops, came, got them again. So now they're in jail again, all 4 of them. But that's 4 times within the year that they got caught.
3 months is not much of a
No.
year, right?
And every time you go, if you give them 3 months, but the next time should be 6 months, and the next time it should be a year, and it should be,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, should go from 3 months to 10 years.
but there's no room in the jails,
No,
and so they're
So
out.
they say.
Yeah, so they
Just
say.
double pack them in there. It's jail. I don't know. They get too many rights nowadays, don't they? Maybe.
that's the problem.
And
Yeah.
it costs a lot of money to keep them in jail.
Oh Christ, yeah.
Yeah, so. So it'd be nice when the mental jail gets going, but didn't the liberals put a halt to that?
They tried to, but they.
Tried to, but it's
didn't
still-
last very long, quite,
No, I
quite an
was-
outcry there,
Once you start it,
Yeah.
keep going.
they haven't really take on with that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, we can move on to item number 5, planning of the November 27th, off-road forum. How we making for responses for that?
What day is that?
I think that's a Thursday.
Thursday night?
I believe I was on for a date that we could get the most attendance.
Yeah, you were struggling with the
And
date.
it's usually Bob that
Twenty-seventh,
determines that. Yeah, it's a Thursday,
yeah, I'm good for that.
Thursday, what day is November
27th.
27th? 2 days after my birthday, I won't feel like going anywhere.
So I have Hanwell Place booked.
And Hampton Hanway?
Yeah, Hanwell Place, just because the chair, and it's a big place.
That's a good spot to have a
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah, the nice
Very
big
nice,
place.
very nice, yeah.
I have been in contact with Snowmobile MB. And, Quad MB. And, Justice and Public Safety, he has not confirmed, November 27th, however, his, counterpart, the conservation officer, has. So I will reach back out to, I think it's Dean Murdoch with Public Safety.
Do they do the off-road enforcement? Cause it used to be the RCP did off-road enforcement.
No, it's a public safety,
Public
and I couldn't find a unit for them, but
Right.
it's because, what are they called? Commercial Vehicle Enforcement. That
Nice.
unit, CV, they kind of are doing everything now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
From what I
just
gather.
weighing trucks and
Yeah.
motor vehicle stuff, right?
No, I think it's more of that partnership that we heard at the Public Safety Ministers meeting, where they're trying to spread the resources around and do what they have to do.
And that would be 7 o'clock? 6,
The forums usually start at 6.
yeah.
What did you want to happen at the forum? Like, I've told them education,
Education,
safety,
For
training.
sure, training, yeah. Last November. I think I got a buddy that does the training for the quads, but I don't know if I know he's home for 3 days in November, because he's down to Arizona and he's off for someplace else. But there's other people put on courses, I wonder if they'd be.
Who's your buddy?
Hmm?
Is it Jim McGregor?
He's with Quad and B, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who all does the safety courses?
Yeah,
Cause I
I'm
know
not
Keith's
sure about
full.
that. But someone does, because if you're under 16, you have to have a course, I do believe.
Wouldn't it be it would be Quad and B that puts those on, would it not?
Yeah, maybe.
Most likely is,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's Jim McGregor, isn't it?
We may have that covered
I think so.
already.
So how did you guys see this unfolding? Like, do we want like a trade show kind of style, or are we everyone audience and then everyone's gonna watch the presentations? Like, how did you see this unfolding?
Yeah, I'd say like the usual, like presentation screen, that type of thing, but if I suspect that for safety to go outside, they should have some videos and stuff, I would think. We'd
Yeah,
have to find
sounds good to me.
Yeah, and then have a question in.
question and answers after that. Cause I suspect each one of those groups we've requested them to put on some kind of a presentation.
Yes, yeah, cause they've asked if 15 to 20 minutes is sufficient, and I've said probably.
That'd be long, since if we had 3 of them, I have almost an hour.
Yeah.
And then have maybe 20 minutes for Q&A.
Did you see this going like an hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours?
Say 2 hours, max.
2 hours max?
Probably be more like an hour and a half. But it depends how much interest we got and the people show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing, once upon a time, I think you mentioned inviting the clubs. Or did you still wanna do that? Snowmobile clubs, and the ATV clubs in our region?
Yeah, I'd like to see them come in.
Yeah.
They said, right,
I think the Hamel office could, or they could hold all those people. People showed up there.
oh yeah, we can hold like 260 people or whatnot, so fairly big hall there.
I think I already have that list narrowed down anyway to the ones that are in capital region.
I don't think anybody else we could invite to that. So we have some meals and quads, that's it. don't know if you wanna get into boating or not, would you?
Motorcycle, they're not really
Well,
off-road,
we could do that
though.
in the, we could do that in the spring.
Yeah. They're not really off-road anyway, right?
Yeah, they're on.
Boats are kinda off-road, they're not on
Not
road.
the off-road I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
But we do have to take that into considerations because when that guy talked about that the other day, they do have places and municipalities that have lakes and stuff.
So we've got, you know,
And there is a boater safety course too, right? You
Yeah.
have to take a license or
Yeah.
something.
There's lots of rules in boating.
you know, it's all recreational vehicles and whether, like you said, you know, the quads are all summer long. The snowmobiles now are very short season, boating is a lot, yeah, boating is a lot more, so we wanna, I don't know, there's a boating association or looks after boating safety. It might be interesting to have them all at once.
I'll look into it and see what I can find out.
Yeah. Cause it'd be nice to have everything, I guess, if you had one just for boating, it wouldn't be much.
No, we
So,
could
yeah,
maybe
so-
almost have that in like the spring or something when it's, people are starting to think about boating.
But I was just thinking of having them all together, all these.
But having them all together, yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah.
Cause if you just had one for voting, you probably wouldn't have too many people show up, it would be a very short forum. So if we got them in there, cause there's a lot of voting issues. And a lot of people don't understand, the boats, have nothing to do with them, but like sailboats supposedly have the right of way, so.
Oh, yeah. And jet skis now, and there's so much activity out there.
The water is getting, it's getting more and more.
Yeah.
Anything else we could put in with that?
Not that I can think of. Have you guys been thinking about something about having natural resources around to talk about forest fires? Like future prep and stuff like that, what they're doing to help New Brunswick kind of get ready for forest fires, or
It's something for the future.
because
we
we
could
don't
help.
really talk about it until all of a sudden it's happening, and then everyone seems to get caught off guard. And
We could
I
bring-
tried to ask them a couple questions about fire barriers, fire breakers in the province. Like, do they have something between here and Miramichi or here in Oromocto, or they seem that they didn't have much funding to do that kind of stuff anymore. But I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
It certainly be a good idea.
Yeah,
'Cause I
look
mean,
in the spring for them to,
Yeah,
we'd even have the urban guys there again.
Yeah.
Because they do breaks.
But you got DNR, you got some of the local fire departments around.
yeah.
And there's a big group, again, in getting into emergency measures too, if it gets too big, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot that interconnect with fire and.
I know there's a lot of people that worry about it our way, in all the different communities.
Well, especially this year where we're so dry and there's no moisture or wetness.
Oh, my goodness,
It's
yeah.
just, we're lucky,
Oh,
they just got, the base just announced yesterday, they contained the fire that was down in the open bog,
for goodness sakes.
almost in the gate town.
Huh?
They could smell it and see the smoke and stuff.
We had one a few weeks ago, the year was starting, but the fire department got too quick enough.
Yeah.
It was underground, so that had a caught, man, that would have been a hell of a lot.
Yeah, we had 3 in Burton, 1 in Reading Junction, 1 in Russell Gornish. And it's all from people in Stupid.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No fire burning, there's a guy out there.
Burn.
burning.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little talk to slap up the side of the head.
Yeah.
Something we never did discuss or whatnot, I don't know if it's be worthwhile or not, is firearm safety. Or fits in there with public safety. I mean, your, what they call them, the hunter safety course too.
Boys,
So,
they put a kibosh on hunting so hard that people don't. Hunting is not a popular thing anymore, but people do still enjoy hunting. But
Yeah,
the
there's still a
government
lot-
made it so hard to buy, to
You
hunt.
Can't even buy a used AK-47 anymore.
Well,
Lucky to get 22.
But there's also a lot of people are involved in recreational shooting, not necessarily hunting, but just target shooting, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a range up in Springfield, I know.
There's one in Milton. There was one on the north side years ago because I did a planning
Yeah, I
application.
don't know if
for
that's
it.
going on now.
Okay.
That's
But
what
that's
my
might be
son
something we
wrote
can look
about.
into, just firearm safety in general.
Okay.
Might have an interest in there for,
For future meeting, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah, we could throw paintball in there too.
We'll probably have a meeting in December to figure out the meeting schedule for next year. That's how it's been going. So that's when we'll.
take it to May anyway.
Yeah. Right. I think that's all.
Nothing
I'd
over
like
right
to
now.
have a couple of judges come in. We could pin them down and say, what's going on? Why are you, there must be reasons that we don't know about why they're only giving them 30.
And that's, like
30
you said,
days.
that's again, this under justice, right? Justice,
Yeah.
public safety.
Yeah,
But would you ever get a judge to come to a meeting or not? That's something we can run by John, because he's got a good buddy that's the judge there
Yeah.
in one of the, like, his federal court or what he said.
be interesting.
It would be really.
Oh, really? Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you'll ever get it.
Yeah, I don't, well, I
No.
don't think there'll be too many volunteers, tell you the truth.
But it's something everybody.
But we'd like
has
to know,
interest in.
understand the justice system more, because most of us, we can't fathom why. How
And
come,
all these different courts.
and you catch a criminal, unless he killed somebody on the spot, and you can prove it then. They're out on the street until they have to go to court.
Yeah.
Well, one guy in Armato, he was neighbor, but he went in the court, he was caught stealing cars, and he went so he went to court. They said, okay, we'll put you ahead till September, and this was in July. Well, then on the way out, when he left the courthouse, he stole a car there. So he was back in the next day, and he said, well, we'll add that on to your September court appearance, and then he was free to go again. I
Still
mean,
another one.
and you shake your head and say, okay, how can this happen?
Yeah, remember a story of a little judge, she was a female judge over in Northumberland County, Judge Fish. And she knew her stuff, and she was like a hard ass, right? She sentenced one of them to 6 months or whatnot for whatever he was doing. He was kind of cocky, he said, I can do that standing on my head. She hit the gavel, she said, well, you do another 6 months, this time you can stand on your feet. So I went from 6 months to a year for being exhausted.
Really? Well, see, we need more people like that.
That's what we need, just exactly.
Yeah.
So that's pretty well it for discussion and directions of staff. Anything else you can think of?
The only thing I would like to bring up is little details like this. Do we want to have another meeting before November 27th, or do you want me to just bounce it through email to see, like, for any direction I might need on planning this forum?
I don't think we need to have another meeting.
I think we could by emails unless we feel there's a need for a meeting or
Okay,
something
good
comes
enough.
up.
We'll see if
So
it
we'll try emails. If there's a need for a meeting, we can always have meetings.
sounds
Yeah,
great.
That's true.
That's great. Thank you.
Yep.
It for me.
Anything else, Andrew?
No, oh, thank you for this.
Okay, can I
I'll
call
take
for-
this on to my council.
We can have a meeting to adjourn, please?
I move, motion to adjourn.
I second it, Bob Power,
Okay, any questions, comments? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 1:31.